one of the Kiev's beautiful vicinities, on a hill, amongst bird-in-veger mansions towers, a majestic dome building, the temple of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, New Navadvipa Mandir. First devotees in Kiev appeared in the late 70s. At that time, Krishna consciousness in the Soviet Union was persecuted, so devotees used to gather secretly from time to time. Rather regular programs in Kiev began in the late 80s. At that time, devotees used to meet at Amalabhakta Prabhu's flat in Perov Boulevard. We started here. We were coming to their flat in the early 80s. That was our first meeting with devotees. We used to chant Hare Krishna for a long time. Then we were served prasadam. It was simple, peas cooked with cabbage, caraway and a little bit of black pepper. Still, it was surprisingly exotic. Here, in this place, KGB agents used to come to Amalabhakta. Here they searched, and also here Bharadvaj Prabhu was arrested. I can speak with confidence that from this flat everything started. Krishna consciousness in Kiev started here. After Amalabhakta was jailed for preaching Krishna consciousness, the meetings took place at Rusanovskaya, the flat of Mataji Ataparupa, and at Milutenka Street at the flat of Achyuta Priyaprabhu. Beginning from the year 1980, we used to live here. It was a time when we were in deep underground. Sometimes devotees gathered at our home, especially when they came from Moscow. Here they used to come and search us. We had some amount of books here and also many photos. I used to print them using my own photographic enlarger. I used to print photos, pictures of Srila Prabhupada and others, and I felt instinctively that soon they will definitely come to visit us. Therefore, I took everything out. In the year 1987, the Sunday feast programs moved to Kotovskaya Street. Here, in flat number 39, beginning in year 1987, we started to conduct regular Sunday programs. This is two-room flat. First room is 18 meters in size, Khrushchevka. Second room is 12 meters. It was overpacked with books. Only a small way for walking remained, where I was able to sleep. People used to sit in the corridor, people used to sit in the bathroom, people used to sit on the stairs, and also they took prasadam there. Usually, during one Sunday program, we used to distribute about 100 plates of prasadam. We were chanting very loudly Hare Krishna, and the atmosphere was very nice, and people even did not want to leave us. Neighbors were very glad to meet devotees who conquered them by prasadam. We often remember you. I will never forget your food. It was so tasty. Thank you. Each time I see your people, I remember you. In the year 1990, a house was purchased at 21V Dmitrievska Street. There, in a tiny 24 square meter space, resided about 35 people. If you happened to come late, when everyone was preparing for sleep, you didn't have a place to lie down. In the summer season, people used to sleep on containers, benches, earth. It was not possible for us to gather simultaneously. Some devotees definitely had to depart for preaching or book distribution. When the small temple room became insufficient for the devotees plus the newcomers, devotees began renting a hall. I remember when Indrajamna Swami came here, it was a huge festival for 3 days. Sometimes, simultaneously, a gathering of some fighter club was going on there. A house at Zorini Lane was purchased in 1992, and the construction of one of the largest Krishna temples in the CIS began. When in 1995 the first floor was finished, the Sunday Fest programs took place in the temple site.
The purpose of the Sunday program is to give the opportunity for anybody who's come in contact with Srila Prabhupada's books and to get an opportunity to associate with devotees and to get an opportunity to see Krishna in the form of his deity.
The Sunday festival is the main event of the yatra and serves to gather the most active members of the congregation. Other programs are integrated around it: consular system, temple maintenance, and so on. It is a festival for the soul. It is a festival for those who come here. We decided to make it the main event in the life of congregation during the week. Trying to involve every member of the congregation into a weekly festival for the soul, the organizers attempt to engage all those interested in some type of service and preaching activity. We want to see everyone who comes to our program not just as a guest, but as an active participant. We humbly ask and preach that each and everyone should come on Sunday to see each other and feel that they belong to a very large, wide, powerful movement. They should come to see so many devotees, to sing during kirtan with everyone else, to hear about Krishna and to take prasadam together. For many participants, the Sunday festival begins way before the guests come, since all the services related to the program's organization are carried out by the members of the congregation themselves. Cutting vegetables and all other Sunday program activities are organized by the congregational members. Because of this, brahmacharis have time to preach, which is their most important engagement. Every Sunday, a team of 15 to 20 devotees peels and cuts 100 kilos of potatoes, 50 kilos of carrots and 70 kilos of cabbage. The already cut vegetables are taken to the kitchen, where several cooks make preparations out of proven recipes. Usually we cook traditional dishes such as rice, sabji, dal, chutney, halava and drink. Sometimes we also make pakoras or sweet rice. The devotees design a computer program that calculates the amount of necessary ingredients according to the number of plates to be served. While the cooks prepare the Sunday feast prasadam, the Matajis decorate the temple to create a festive atmosphere. Not just the temple room is decorated, but also the stairs. It is an ancient tradition in India to take multicolored rice flour and ornament the place with diverse drawings. It is considered auspicious and it makes those who see them happy. Dozens of guests come every week to participate in the festivities. Every Sunday about 20-30 people are coming for the first time. The guests, as it is a Vedic custom, are received warmly by the local devotees. It cannot be even called an acquaintance because I only ask them their names and their interest. I tell them to please not feel uneasy, as people usually worry when unnecessarily asked a lot of questions.
Anybody who comes, just like in the Vedic culture, when somebody comes to the home, even a stranger comes to the home, they're welcome into the home and they're offered a place to sit, they're offering some food and they're offered some nice words of welcome. That's the Vedic culture. So our temples are meant to be the same thing. It's supposed to be like welcoming guests into our home.
The guests, out of their own will, can put on devotional clothes. There is a sari rental service for women in the temple and dhoti for rent for the men. Experienced devotees help newcomers to dress up. In addition to saris for rent, also an Indian makeup service is offered. Women who may wish to decorate their faces with festive ornaments can do so. In order to make the festival a success, the organizers meet a priori every Sunday and discuss the upcoming program as well as the problems that may have arisen during the last festival. There is a lot of services and many departments. Each time we discuss mistakes that we may have made the last time a feast was held. We try to involve many people and bring our Sunday festival to perfection. During the festival, guests are offered an opportunity to personally experience mantra meditation. All comers can pick up beads and chant a few rounds of the Maha Mantra along with the devotees. It is an interesting effect. When one chants, many others become attracted by it, inspired by such an example, and it gives them an opportunity to come into contact with those who are doing it. Even those who had already tried to do it on their own feel inspired as well. There is a questions and answers booth for inquisitive guests, where experienced preachers can not only dissipate guest doubts but also strengthen devotees' faith. Guests mostly ask simple questions such as what is the bunch of hair on our heads, or what's the meaning of the neck beads, or why everyone is dressed in such an exotic fashion, or what's the Sunday program is about, which are rather simple questions. Some of them, such as those who had already visited other religious programs, ask about our philosophy and about the essence of our sadhana practices. Those devotees who have been coming regularly ask questions relevant to their spiritual life. To maintain their own spiritual strength, preachers have meeting every Sunday where they get inspiration from doing kirtans and reading the scriptures together. All this is done to serve those who are coming to the temple in a proper consciousness. While taking care of adult devotees and guests, organizers do not forget that visiting children. Every Sunday in the temple, Gurukula program for children take place where the young Vaishnavas learn bhajans and how to play musical instruments. They also conduct a small-scale Ratha Yatra festival and take ample Krishna's prasadam. During the program for children, I like to play mridanga, sing bhajans, tell stories about Krishna. I began coming regularly with my mother since I was 5. I like it very much, especially the prasadam. We are doing many things here along with our friends. We sing bhajans and try to memorize them. I really like it being here. I sing bhajans and follow along with what others do. The Sunday festival consists of traditional program composed of bhajans, a lecture and a feast. In addition, the guests get a free newsletter every 2 weeks entitled Prabhupada's House. A person on duty is at the entrance to the temple room to look after the visitor's shoes. Another person on duty sees to the safety of the cars. Perhaps the brightest sight of the Sunday festival is the kirtan, during which the temple room turns into an ocean of dancing Vaishnavas. When I look back and see that entire hall is just like one wave, in my mind it becomes a real event and makes my heart dance along with it.
This atmosphere is ideal for thinking and meditation. It's easy to find yourself here, study something, and then, when you go outside, you keep on feeling this special atmosphere inside. Everything is different. Music and kirtan here are also very special. I just looked at girls in saris and followed their movements. It was in the beginning, but then I even closed my eyes and danced by myself.
It's very inspiring for me to see people in the kirtan. When I see people chanting and dancing, that's very, very inspiring, because I know that Srila Prabhupada is very pleased. And I remember seeing his face as he was looking out and seeing huge crowds of people chanting and dancing. I know Prabhupada is pleased when he sees so many people coming to the temple chanting and dancing.
We have been thinking for a long time about how to welcome the guests who came for the first time, and finally realized that we should personally introduce every guest. So those who met the new guest usually get some information from them, such as what are their interests, how did they learn about Krishna consciousness, etc. Then we welcome them appropriately and devotees give them their blessings. We have been working on this kind of reception and it seems to be very successful.
I'd come and wow, ocean of rising hands. Here everything is different, atmosphere, people are wonderful. They come up to you and serve you, calling you Prabhu. They feed you, pack some food for your relatives and thank you for coming. That's wonderful.
Every guest gets Mahaprasadam of the deities in a special box with a picture of Krishna and the text of the Mahamantra on it. In addition, everyone is asked to fill out a form to provide their contact details in order to receive information about forthcoming events at the temple. If they provide us with their email address or phone number, we can contact them back. We subscribe them to the mailing list where they are kept informed about whatever activities take place in the temple. A special feature of the Sunday festival is the free feast. Devotees can give a voluntary donation for the Sunday Feast Fund and they themselves decide the amount to be given. Since our faith became a little stronger, we started to rely more on Krishna and becoming less dependent on money. If people come here as Krishna's guests, and if we act on behalf of Krishna, Krishna will take care of us. When we started to serve free prasadam, there was an abundance of money. We just surrendered to Krishna. We said, it is up to you, Krishna. Money is none of our business. We just serve prasadam and somehow there is always enough money.
I am conquering the city, so I have to spend every night in different places, but now I think I have food for 3 days.
When devotees are coming to the temple, they have an opportunity not only to serve by hearing, chanting and by taking Krishna prasadam, but after the feast, volunteers are cleaning the kitchen, the altar room, the hall and the stairs. People change favorably and feel responsibility for this festival. Moreover, they bring others along, those who are friends of Krishna, congregational members, and get them involved in service. For those who want to learn more about Krishna consciousness, there are special Sunday groups after the Sunday festival that meet right after the regular program is over. By belonging to such groups, one is able to have a more elaborate understanding of aspects of the Vaishnava philosophy and culture that one may be interested in.
Srila Prabhupada specifically, he wanted the Sunday feast. He called it in the early days the Sunday Love Feast. And he wanted it specifically to bring people and to give them an opportunity to associate with devotees. And simply by coming in contact with that association, people become attracted to being with devotees because they can see actually the devotees have very nice, friendly relationships, Krishna consciousness. They're chanting together, they're hearing together, and this is what we do for recreation. So the non-devotee, he thinks recreation means to go to the cinema, to go to the nightclub. And Prabhupada specifically states that we've established these temples as a place where people can come for recreation, for Krishna conscious recreation. They can come and they can actually chant and dance and do all the things that they would do in a non-devotional atmosphere, but do it in a devotional atmosphere, and it'll give them a higher taste.